Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on, man? How you been? Oh, that's a nice little beach. Look at that.
I'm all right. I'm still trying, still can't get this background thing worked out.
Nah, I don't care. It's all good, bro. Well, unless you just want to figure it out for your own future reference. I don't care. So, I remember yesterday you were telling me that you would be driving and you would see like a for rent by owner or for sale by owner sign, and you would take note of the number and try to call it. That is exactly what I used to do. So, just to like give you some like I guess tips on doing that better. The way I used to do it is when I would see him, the biggest thing that I would know is more often than not, that sign is the only bit of marketing they've done. No one else probably knows about this property unless they also drove by it. Um, so I would often pull over like right then and there into their driveway if I'm dressed appropriately, and I would just call it right then and there. And I make the conversation short and sweet. I just get straight to what I want. I say, hey, I see this property for rent or sale. Have you thought of working with a professional? I just like however you mold it to yourself. It's just you want to have what you want to get out of is I'm not sure if you do it now, but when they get on the phone, you don't want to waste time with that. Hey, how are you? I'm Arrow with them. It's probably gurus. It's like you already killed 20 seconds to a minute and they've already gotten turned off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So within your first few seconds, I see this property. Have you thought about working with a professional? I'm a realtor. You can word it differently. I've also tried, hey, I see this property for rent. Have you thought about working with a professional to get a qualified tenant? And just whatever they say from there, then I would ask my little follow-up questions. And I wouldn't even like my follow-up questions were very like important. So it's okay, well, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how much do you want? All the information that I need to know in order to run comps. So that's pretty much what you're setting up. And you're just offering them a time to stop by and let them know your opinion on what you think you can do versus what they're currently doing.
Okay.
That makes sense. So, hey, I see this property for sale. Have you thought about working with a professional? We're in an inventory shortage right now, and we're really good at listing properties to take advantage of that to get more money than people are expecting possible. Another
Okay.
thing you can try, if I could get you the same amount, if not more, and faster, and all you got to do is kind of sit back and say yes or no, would you want to sit down? There's no obligation. You just got to listen to me. And if you like it, we do it. If you don't, I move on to the next one. That's what people are looking for. They just want short and sweet. Like, what do you want? You know, what do you just, it just makes them more comfortable. Like, this guy is to the point. He's straight. He's here to get a job done. And I like that. Especially if they're not doing any other marketing and you're the first person to call them, they're usually like blown away. They're like, this is what I've been looking for. Thank God.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah. In addition to that, there's a listing class for free with the Miami board tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'm not sure if you'll be available to sign up for it, but let me show you. It's right here. You remember how to get to the Miami RE, you hit education, go to online calendar, and then upcoming live webinars.
Yeah.
So this is this month. This is today, right here. Tomorrow at 1, Zoom, limitless listings, the 16th from 1 to 2. I think you like that.
Okay. I'll definitely check it out.
How to earn more listings. So put this with what I just told you. So when you see that for rent by owner sign, that for sale by owner sign, don't let them slide, because I'm telling you, you will be surprised how that is. They went out. If you see a handwritten sign, just stop. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it,
Yeah.
because even if you do a bad job on the call, that bad job is their first call. So it's a good job to them. Trust me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then try
Because
to
I,
make note
I
of it.
I
Mhm.
think last year I saw one and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call them January 1st,
Yeah.
give them some time, let it sit on the market. And I never called them back. And I called them like I checked up on it 2 weeks ago, and it turns out it was already entered. It was on the market for 14 days. So that means they just got the
Just
property on the
found
market and it's
somebody.
already gone.
That means somebody probably just saw that sign and called them. Like they probably
Yeah.
went all that time without selling it, without getting a call, and they were like, finally, someone's calling about this.
Okay.
I've even like if the guy was standing in the yard, I would just stop and talk to him. Hey, to the point. I'm a realtor. Have you thought of working with a professional? They'll say yes or no. They'll say no. I do not absolutely want to work with anybody professional whatsoever. I want to struggle. Okay, bet. Here's my card if you change your mind, and then you follow up with them like 2 weeks later.
Okay,
Just
cool.
offer them something for free. And what you're offering for free is your opinion, your professional opinion. Having been out there in this busy market, I'll let you know what I think I could do for it for you. You're either gonna say, all right, let's do it, or you're not.
Okay.
There's nothing hidden. You openly know how much you cost, you know?
Yeah. Um, I emailed you an RPR because I did one for the property just like in advance. I was just messing around with it.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you could go through it with me to see, because I took some stuff out because I felt
Yeah.
some stuff was kind of intrusive. It's like, oh, pictures of the inside the property, or what was the loan amount, or what bank they use. I like kind of removed that stuff, and I
Yeah.
added, like, I kept some stuff. So I just wanted to know if it's the right stuff, keeping it in there, and then also certain things like they're at the bottom, they're talking about the suggested price and all this, all this stuff I'm not
Yeah.
really
I
understanding.
get it. So
I'm
honestly,
trying to figure out the best way to explain it to them.
oh, I don't explain this personally.
You don't?
This part of it, I'm gonna go through the listing presentation because I wrote that. I typed that. I didn't write this.
Okay.
So this, I'm gonna staple it and I'm just gonna give it to him. Here, this is my gift to you. Here's some information on your property. They're just gonna look through it and be like, wow, this is detailed. Damn, this is crazy. How he read this? Like, this guy is so smart. He put all this together. That's all they're gonna. This is a prop, honestly. Like this is
Oh,
all real information, but this you do your own comps. And if your comps support this number, then yeah, give it to them. But if your comps are significantly higher or significantly lower than this number, I probably won't even give them this.
okay.
Yeah, so just this is just something just you could send them or hand to them just so they can have something tangible. Like, look what I did for you. That's it. But you just hand it to them and say, hey, here's a property report. This is just some information on it. This is yours to keep. So if you ever have any, get curious about the market or what's going on, feel free to look through it. They're not going to ask any questions on this.
Okay.
Yeah. Just focus on the presentation itself. What I would say about this is just kind of go back to this one part here just to compare your hand done comps to what this is saying. So you're just gonna be like, look, this right here is estimating your house at 280. But honestly, the way this market is moving and the way I'm gonna market it, we're gonna go for 290, 300.
Yeah.
Because you're smarter than this paper right here. You're smarter than this RPR report.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I got you a hat. You have one of these, so I'm gonna bring it to you. The biggest thing to know is people don't like their time wasted. So I would say to omit the parts of that presentation that I wrote that you don't like, because I did the same thing. I took someone else's presentation and I altered it and finagled it into my own. This was my first broker's presentation that I just kind of revised. So you can imagine I took out some pages myself. So anything that you feel makes you uncomfortable explaining or you don't feel good about, take it out. It just put something else. Like, there's no rules here. All the presentation is just to give you something to talk about. So there's no moment of silence where it's like no one knows what to talk about. But the biggest point that you want to push is, here's how much I cost. Here's how much we're going to list your price for. Are you good with this price? And if they are not good with the price, well, let's talk about that. Okay, you feel like I'm too low. Well, here are the comps. What do you think based on this we should be priced at? And if you guys are on totally different pages, you can either say, all right, well, look, how about we try it at your price? We'll try it for 2 weeks. Is that fair? If after 2 weeks we don't get any calls, any attention, can we agree that it may be overpriced for this market and bring it down?
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing you're gonna run into. Other than that, they're gonna say you cost too much. But what I'm probably gonna start doing is I'm gonna start telling people that I cost 7%. So then when they say, well, can you bring it down? Yeah, I go down to 6.
Okay.
But I mean, if you really don't want to lose a listing and they're like, I'll give it to you if you'll take 4 or if you'll take 5, you have that right to say, yes, I'll do it. But the way I take a commission cut is I'll say, look, if that is the one thing holding you from doing this, if you absolutely do not feel that I'm worth it, we can try it at that. But you have to understand, this is also going to impact what I'm able to pay other agents. So if other agents start calling me complaining, can I please just let you know and we can reconsider that part and just kind of go back to the way things should be?
Yeah.
They're people. They're going to work with you. It's just, you have to understand, everyone's always going to want a nickel and dime every aspect. They're getting a 6-figure check, but they want 6 figures and some change,
Yeah.
So it's the biggest thing I'll say is, if I can't stand my ground and negotiate against you, how am I going to stand my ground and negotiate against another agent for you?
Yeah.
Like, you beat me. So what kind of agent am I? If you beat me, I can't beat you, and my job is to beat people.
Yeah. Can you go all the way down to the bottom?
Yeah.
Because I know there's something way down there that kind of confused me. So those were the comps.
Yeah.
And then this paper right here, does this need to be added or no?
No, honestly, there's also refined versions of this. Oh, this is all the sellers report. Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say there's a sellers report. Yeah, you did this. No, this is not necessary. This is just like to give you a talking point. The way your consultation works is you structure it the way you want the meeting to flow. So the reason they put this at the end is because the last thing they want you to talk about is, all right, now after we just went through all that, let's talk about what we should price your house at. Because remember, when you're giving them your comps, you're giving them a range. You're not saying, I think it's worth 350. You're saying it's worth 340 to 370. Where should we be? So this is where you look at that range and you're like, all right, where do you think we should be? It's between 170 and 3. Do you see how wide this is? That's why I don't really go through this. The way I do it is I have this at the top, the presentation in the middle, and right after the presentation, the last page of my presentation is the first page of the contract. So this is up front. I say, here you go. This is for you. I prepared this for you. You can have this. They put it down. They moved away from it. Now let's go through this presentation. You see, so they're not even worried about this crap no more. They probably done looked at it while we're like walking through the house or while I'm like, just looking and asking questions, but we're talking about the presentation that I came with. And on the last page of the presentation, I go straight through the contract. I'm like, all right, so now that we got that out the way and we're clear, we're going to start and list at this price. Are you good with that price? All you need them to say is, I'm good with that price. That sounds like you just got hired. You get me?
Yeah.
You sat through my whole presentation and I told you, this is what I think we should price it at. And you say, okay, we signing this. Let's do it. All right. So I have your name here like this. Did I spell that right? Yes. Okay. And this is the address. Just want to confirm that the address is here. The legal description is here. Here's that price. Let's write it in together. Wrote the price in. And they watched you write the price in and they didn't stop you. We still writing this contract. So we go down and you're not reading the contract page for page. It's just, you know how each section is like a fill in the blank part?
Yeah.
Just talk about the part you filled in. I put this here because of this. I put this here because of that. The commission is going to be this amount and we're splitting it evenly between me and the other agents. Don't ask them about the commission. Just tell them the commission is this and we're splitting that down the middle. Anything it costs to sell this house is on me. And then at the bottom of that page, if you're good on everything on this page, initial here. Give them a nice fancy pen, initial here. And they'll take it, they'll sign. And the next page, all right, so on this page, we got this. Are you good with this? This, initial here. And then keep going until they stop you. And after a while, you're at the last page and they're signing and you walked out with a listing and you just say, I'll be back tomorrow with the photographer or whatever day with the photographer.
Okay. So you have the contract pre-written out, not completely, like you already typed in their name.
The only thing I don't put on the contract is the purchase price because I don't know what they're going to say yet.
Okay.
The commission's already in there and I type it in. I don't handwriting, I type it in. I make it like this is set. Yeah. You got to tell me you don't like it and we got to cross it out and put a little initial if you really want that changed.
Okay. So you don't update it or anything, you just hold it. Well, that's the contract that you have on file.
Showing, look, I tried. I wanted this, but you fought me on it. Okay.
Yeah.
And it shows I'll do anything for you. I'll cross out my own little contract for you. No problem. It makes me feel special. Yeah, because that's really what it is. It's all just a show, but you know the main idea. You want to get in the door so you can do comps. You can't do comps unless you have the certain information you need. You need to know how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms. Did they do any upgrades? Because obviously you've never seen it. So you're going to ask them, like, while you're on the phone and they said, yes, I will work with a professional. Well, did you do any upgrades or anything need to be done? That gives you an idea of where the property is condition-wise.
Yeah, okay.
And you can even say, all right, I'll call you right back with a price. Or you can say, well, look, it'll give me a better idea of price if I can see it in person. When can I see it?
Okay.
It's just, you just don't want to get there and they don't know why you're there. They think you're just there to sell it. They need to be clear. You're there because you're the guy to sell it for them. You'll just have a better success rate this way.
All right.
So definitely the first thing I'll do is keep doing what you're doing. Just if you see a for sale by owner sign, even a for rent by owner sign, they're much easier to get the for rent by owners because they're stressed out. They got a mortgage. They need somebody in there ASAP. They will give it to you. Even if you see like a hair salon or like a empty retail place that says for rent, handwritten in marker, call it. Your license covers it. And it's the same situation. Nothing changes. You need both. You need the exclusive right to lease if they want to find a tenant, and you need the exclusive right to sell if they want to sell it.
There was one that said something about transaction.
We're the transaction broker, but there's also two for sale. There's one for sale for a single family and like multi and duplexes, and there's another for sale for condos and like multifamilies.
Okay. Sounds good.
So that those are the three. There's the exclusive right to lease, the exclusive right to sell for single family and multifamily under, I think, 4, and the exclusive right to sell for condos and multifamily over 4, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how it goes.
All right.
But yeah, just to reiterate again, just call them and get to the point. I see this house you have for sale on whatever street. I don't want to see, have you considered working with a professional? There's an inventory shortage on the market right now, and we're getting better and better at marketing properties to take advantage of it, getting higher prices than people thought possible. It costs nothing for you. There's no cost, no obligation. You need to sign anything. If you want to do it, great. We'll do it together and make sure you're comfortable. But honestly, we're just looking for inventory because we got buyers and can't find them anything.
Okay. And when you post a listing to the MLS, does it automatically jump to Realtor? And
Yeah.
okay.
It'll
So
syndicate, and the best thing is you're on Realbird, so Realbird pushes it further, and you can tell them that too. You can tell them, I'm not just going to put it on the MLS. I also have another syndication software. Don't say website, say software. Software that's going to push it further than that. And then I have my own internal network. Just make it seem like you're doing a lot. All I need to know is you know what to do in this market. This is a different market than last year, so I know what to do in this market to get your house sold or rented the fastest. And we know what to look for to weed out the people that are bull crapping.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're getting called with. With your little for rent sign, you're getting all people that just want to, get in. They need to move in next week because they're being evicted. I know how to get around that. And the important thing to know is the people calling you are the people looking for people not represented by a professional, because they know you don't know what to look for like we know what to look for. They know not to come to us because they know we won't have that.
Yeah.
The
first line of defense.
It just depends on how the conversation's going, which line you want to pull out.
Yeah. Okay.
But either way, you're the professional. They need you. You have to understand that they're struggling every day they don't have you do it, because their phone is just ringing off the hook with a bunch of bull crap questions.
Okay. All right, I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah, and then you got a crap ton of tenants. So once you get it, you're gonna throw it on Realbird and get 7 leads out of it, and now you got a whole other slew of clients because only one of them is gonna get to take it, and then you could just help all the others do something else.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they say no, I don't want to list it with you. Well, if I bought you a buyer or a tenant, would you pay me a commission on that at least? And then just at least you got half out of it. And now there's a pocket listing. There's a listing off market that only you know about. You're doing the right thing. You're refining it. You're doing it better now.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, man. So you're just putting it all together. So you see how Realbird connects over here and Good Comps connects over here. So what you're offering is you got a consultation. You don't even have to call it. However, if you feel like the sentence would best fit, like whatever, you get it. You got to feel off the person, how they answer, how they sound, how they vibe. Like, what do I want to say consultation, or do I want to just say let's do it?
Yeah, because this property, I was thinking, close to 300,000. It's in Miami Lakes, and I was just walking through there this morning. I was like, this place is everything. It's like if you're on the street, you won't see anything. If you just go into these neighborhoods, man.
That's good, because you see, you're one of the few people that's gonna go in there and see this sign. So I would just, if you do your hand comps on like MLS or tax roll, print that out too, and then say, look, this right here, as you see, it thinks we should sell your house at 280, but I understand this market. I understand how to price and how to be competitive and how to raise, what's the word? Awareness, or I don't know, raise whatever. I know how to raise whatever, so I think we should try to get 3. And now it's like they're looking at this thing, say 280, but you're saying you're good enough to pull an extra 20 grand out. Absolutely, let's do it. It's like, why not?
Yeah, okay.
That's far less than what it cost me to hire you to just try to get it.
Yeah.
So it's worth it. But
Okay,
the way
cool.
you're doing this, you won't even need a consultation. You're just gonna go straight in the door with the understanding that they want to hire somebody. They're looking for a professional because all they've been doing was this sign. The consultation is gonna be you're raising awareness. I'm a realtor. Do you want to do something, but you're not ready yet? Let's have a consultation. These people, they're ready. They're trying to do it right now, and you're trying to take over. So they don't really need a consultation. They need help me, please. Let's do it. In which case, still give them the consultation because it's practice.
Yeah. That's all I see it as. If they say no,
Yeah,
I
you
done read
already
it all
have it.
out before I even called everybody. I just, sitting there just getting all the information, putting it together.
Nah, call them first, then get the information.
Okay.
Because otherwise, what are you gonna ask them? Because you see here, this is telling you how many bedrooms and bathrooms. What if you just ask them how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms? Do you know the square footage? I can find out. Don't worry. Any repairs needed, and then you come do your comps, and then you call them back. Guess what? You know.
Okay. So pretty much just ask them
Yeah,
instead
you
of.
call them. Just be like, look, I'm gonna call you right back with a range. I'm gonna call you back and give you an idea of what I could do. And you call them back. All right. Well, I think I could get you 270 to 310. To give you an exact number, I need to see it. And that's it. You're like, well, when can I see it? Can I see it? And then give them options to get an exact number. I need to see it. Can I come today or tomorrow? And then if they say tomorrow, then you suggest times. Be like, all right, tomorrow. So how's 5 or is 7 better?
5 or 7.
Whatever times work, just give them 2. Always give them 2 options. Because if you leave it open-ended, they'll just say next week, next month. Let me talk to my wife. Give them options.
Okay.
And then if they still pushing, well, let's just set it. And if you need to reschedule, no problem. We'll reschedule. I just like to have it on my books because as soon as I get the phone with you, I'm calling another one because I got a buyer looking in this city too.
Okay.
And I don't want to fill up my schedule. And when you're ready, I can. I'm booked. I don't just sit here doing this all day. I sell houses.
All right. Well, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope it works. I'm confident you're gonna get something. Like I feel good about it. This works. I've done it. Even if you don't have time to call it then and there, or you're not dressed right, just snap a picture and keep it moving, and then just say, "Oh yeah, I kept going."
Okay. All right. Thanks, man.
No problem. Call me back if you need help or anything.
All right. I will.
You got it. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, man.